Welcome to Token Topics. I have an exciting video for you. We're going to go over Gary Gensler being drilled by Congressman Tom Emmer and what this means for XRP holders. Indeed, the world is watching. I'm also going to go over a couple articles. This truly is one of the most important cases of our time. Before I begin, remember I'm not a financial advisor. I'm also not paid for or sponsored by Ripple. Let's dive in. Alright, DCENT family, I'm happy to announce that DCENT wallet is integrated with Corium network, an enterprise-grade L1 blockchain platform that brings advanced technology to the world of the decentralized ecosystem. I'm sure most of you, especially XRP holders and Sologenic holders, you know about Corium. So if you want to know about Corium, and if you're not familiar with it, Corium Network was built to address the scalability and efficiency issues that many traditional blockchain networks face. Corium Network is driven and owned by the community and uses a unique consensus mechanism called bonded proof of stake to ensure fast and secure transaction processing while maintaining decentralized and security. With Corium, users can expect transaction speeds of up to 7,000 transactions per second, which is one of the fastest blockchain networks available today. And great news is that the DCENT hardware wallet and a free software app version supports Corium network. Users can create and manage Corium account directly from the wallet to perform, send, and receive transactions. DCENT wallet users can now enjoy the benefits of faster transaction speeds and enhanced security when managing their cryptocurrency assets on the Corium network. And it's very simple to get to. All you do is just simply add an account and you just type in Corium and it'll pull it up. If you're using a hardware wallet, just make sure that you're updated to the latest firmware. And if you'd like to go over this, I'll put the link to this down below. First, I want to dive right into this hammering of Gary Gensler by Congressman Tom Emmer. It's amusing, and he deserves this. And it's about time somebody really steps up to the plate and tells him, how horrible this is. Just keep in mind before I play this clip that Ripple was working alongside with the SEC, going to the extent of basically, asking them, are we doing everything right? And they're even running a node. The SEC was like letting them conduct business even with a major exchange for all this time and then stabs them in the back. That's so irresponsible. That is horrible to not only your country, but you are ruining people. You're ruining people's lives, investors' lives, and they have the audacity to say that we're for investor protection. I didn't feel very protected. Did you? Any of the XRP holders that are listening to this? I'm pretty sure they didn't feel very protected. Or even Coinbase as an exchange, did they feel very protected? Not to mention that it's putting other nations ahead of us, ahead of our technology. And
Recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you. Chair Gensler, I have a lot of questions and a limited amount of time, so if you could keep your answers to either a yes or a no, that will allow us to get through as many as possible, sir. From your perspective, is it more difficult now for the digital asset industry to access financial products and services in the United States than it was, say, 2 years ago?
Sir, I'm not running one of those businesses. If they came into compliance, I think
Reclaiming my time. The answer, sir, is yes. Do you think you and the SEC have had a role to play in that?
I think we have a role to protect the American investor and the capital markets. And
Reclaiming my time, sir. You have played an obvious role in that. During your tenure at the SEC, how many rules has the SEC finalized that actually accommodate the existing regulatory framework and are specifically to the digital asset industry so the crypto market can come into compliance?
It's our rule books that are on the books for years, so we have not finalized any new rule specifically with regard to crypto. We've proposed some things in best execution. We've also...
Sir, reclaiming my time, the answer is 0. And how many enforcement actions has the SEC levied against digital asset companies during your tenure, sir?
I think it's probably 40 or 50.
The answer, sir, is about 55. My understanding is that the biggest crypto failure in history is probably FTX at $9 billion. Were you the chairman of the SEC when FTX collapsed?
Yes.
And how many times did you meet with FTX prior to their collapse?
I think my public record shows 2.
You met it with FTX at least twice. And arguably, the second biggest crypto failure in history was Terra Luna. Who was the chairman of the SEC when Terra Luna collapsed, sir?
We had brought...
You were, sir, reclaiming my time. You were. There are 5 members on the commission. Do you believe your speeches and interviews are to serve as the official position of the SEC?
I can only speak for myself when I'm speaking.
Again, sir, in a statement on the SEC website, you are quoted saying, the Kraken staking as a service enforcement action should make clear to the marketplace that staking as a service providers must register. But again, you haven't provided any rules for how that can be done. I must remind you, your public statements are not regulations. It's not responsible to expect the American people to assume your statements are a substitute for rules. Do you agree with this statement regarding the digital asset industry? The SEC needs additional congressional authorities to prevent transactions, products, and platforms from falling between the regulatory cracks.
I think that it's a largely non-compliant field. And
Sir, again, I asked you to comply with my questions, and I'm asking you if you agree with that quote. And I'm going to tell you, I'm quoting you from an August 3rd, 2021 article where you, and I believe you told Congressman Hill earlier that you need congressional authority to regulate stablecoins, and stablecoins happen to be a significant percentage of the crypto market. So the question is, when were you telling the truth? To Mr. Hill or to me? You've got to start answering these questions in a more transparent manner, sir. Does it concern you, by the way, that your approach to the digital asset industry is actually driving this industry out of the United States?
We're trying to drive it to compliance, and if they're not complying with the laws, then they shouldn't be offering their products.
Reclaiming my time. Madam Chair, I would like to enter into the record this Wall Street Journal article from April 14th, 2023, detailing China's ploy to open its banking system to crypto firms in an effort to seize an opportunity created by our hostile regulatory environment, which, Mr. Chair, you're a big part of.
Without objection.
Chair Gensler, FTX was domiciled abroad and so is Binance, yet American consumers still had access to both. You can't really think that pushing this industry abroad is going to protect American consumers when it hasn't several times in the past on your watch. You say the crypto market is rife with non-compliance. However, existing SEC rules make no sense for blockchain-based companies, and following them would actually kill these businesses. Your regulatory style lacks flexibility and nuance, and as a result, you've been an incompetent cop on the beat, doing nothing to protect everyday Americans and pushing American firms into the hands of the CCP. Your intention to work against SEC mission and put American investors in harm's way has been made very apparent, sir. It's been a year and a half since you've appeared before this committee. You need to answer to Congress about the issues that you've had with the SEC staff union, the work environment you've cultivated at the SEC that's led to hemorrhaging of senior staff, the intellectual inconsistency of your regulatory treatment towards Bitcoin spot ETFs, and your politicization of capital formation opportunities through your treatment of certain SPACs. And that's just to name a few.
Wow, go ahead and comment your thoughts and opinions on that. All right, after watching that clip, let's dive into this article. This is from Bitcoinist. These are the key takeaways for Ripple and XRP from the Gensler hearing. States here that the course of yesterday's congressional hearing of U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Gary Gensler before the House Financial Services Committee could undoubtedly be seen as an indirect triumph for Ripple, XRP investors, and the entire crypto industry. That's good right there. Continues that Gary Gensler was confronted with tough questions right from the start, which he tremulously dodged just to avoid giving any regulatory clarity. Partly with shaking hands and a broken speech, Gensler only stammered in response to aggressive questions from committee chairman Patrick McHenry, Warren Davidson, and Tom Emmer. And let's go ahead and listen to Warren Davidson.
In a company, Coinbase, that you apparently, from prior remarks, believe was engaging in illegal activity. All of their activities were laid out in their public filings in the S1 prior to the IPO. You did say that you believe Coinbase is selling unregistered securities, correct?
Again, I'm not going to speak to any one.
No, but you said that they're selling unregistered securities. This is your public comments.
I think, with all respect, I look forward to you finding that, because I'm trying to be very careful. I'm not speaking
We'll help
about
refresh
any
your
one
memory.
company.
In the Kim Kardashian settlement, the SEC stated that Ethereum Max is a security. She reached a settlement for promoting an unregistered security. The unregistered security is Ethereum Max. Have you charged the issuers of Ethereum Max for offering an unregistered security?
We reached a settlement with a celebrity, Ms. Kardashian.
Yeah, but not. She just promoted it. She doesn't operate Ethereum Max. Have you said that Ethereum Max is an unregistered security to the people that offer it?
We did in that settlement, yes, sir.
What about Ethereum? Is Ethereum now a security?
We had this
I heard your exchange. They've been in place since 2015. You say in your statements that there's clarity in the market and the rules are clear. Just come on in. You can't even answer the question. Do you say XRP is a security?
We're in court and active discussions and litigation on that matter.
You're in litigation because you do say it's a security.
Anybody with a clear mind and knows what's going on, they've been studying the case for some time, they know that he's just dodging questions. All right, here we go. Ripple versus SEC lawsuit remains most important non-fraud SEC enforcement action since 1946. And I want to add that nobody knows pain like an XRP holder knows pain. SEC versus Ripple is a well-known dispute that has been going on for more than 2 years. The SEC charged Ripple with marketing XRP as a security, burdening XRP's potential for long-term price growth. It is one of the most well-known court battles in the history of cryptocurrencies, and a crucial development for industry regulations or regulatory worries. A crucial summary decision in the case of Ripple versus SEC is imminent, and fresh developments could change the outcome. Attorney John E. Deaton recently commented on the Ripple versus SEC and its significance. Well, everyone, that's all I have for the video. Thank you for watching. Please put your thoughts and comments down below. Take care.